Hi, I'm Leo, and welcome to another episode of Low Budget Garage. Today, we're finally back at John's. We've both been busy on a lot of different projects, but this has allowed him some time to do the things that he needs. And I understand from talking to John on the phone, there have been some changes made on his project. So today, we're going to go find out what those changes are on Low Budget Garage. Well, John, it's been a while. It's been a long time, actually. We've both been busy doing a lot of other things, but I know you've kept going on your car. How are things going?
Pretty well. You know, it's summertime. I took advantage of my extra time off, and you know, I got a lot done as far as the frame is concerned, because that was my biggest problem, is trying to figure out how this subframe was going to mount to the body. And you know, I got that pretty much worked out. I just got to now finish it off and clean it up, and we should be okay. But now I got some body parts, and if you just look on the side of the car here in the back, we've seen that before, the major damage back there. I just picked up this new panel, this new quarter panel here. I got that at Classic Industries. It was only like
yeah, that's a beauty.
$80 for that piece.
For that whole piece?
Yeah, so I just got to cut that one out, weld this one back in there, and it'll look real nice. I don't have to worry about the other side, because the other side's actually in good shape. But this side, the damage is just too extensive. I don't want to spend all my time trying to repair that.
Yeah, that's a mess. So this, I noticed some of them will actually come up where this one looks like it's been repaired before, unless that's the original.
No, that's the factory.
That's the factory. Okay.
Yeah, this would be a quarter with a full sail.
Right.
And I could have got that, but it was I think it was close to $300. So I saved $200 by not having to put that piece in.
Right. That makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
It really does.
And you know, I've done a bunch of things, like I took the drip guards off here, the drip rails.
Yeah.
And I've welded them up so that I'm creating kind of a smooth look to it. I want that kind of a little bit of a hot rod style.
Right, right.
So it doesn't have any drip rails. There's no windows in it, except for the front and back.
Yeah, of course. You got to have that.
Yeah, you have to have those, but I don't have to have any side windows. I can have a proximity alarm so that if somebody reaches in, the alarm goes off. So.
Oh, now that's a great idea.
That.
Yeah.
But I'll weld these up, you know, and just seal that. The interior is going to be down the road, and that's all going to be custom fabricated out of metal. So I got to work out all the dents and stuff on the outside first. My priority is getting the body straight and rust free.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
If you look down here, down at the bottom, underneath the doors, the floor pan has been cut out. So all the rust that I had in the floor has now been removed. And I bought new sheets of just raw metal.
So you're going to fabricate it yourself?
Yeah, I'll just weld the new sheets. And you can buy that in sections if you want. I might even do that, just like the little front pan that you can buy, and then just weld it back in.
Now, is there enough to weld on that will actually hold a well there?
Oh, yeah. A lot of times you just double it up, overlap one, and then weld the seam.
Oh, I see.
It's stronger.
Yeah.
You know, when you butt weld it, where you just touch the two edges together, it's not quite as strong.
Right.
Same thing with the fender. When I put this fender on, there'll be like an overlap of the metal. So there'll be a lip here, and then the new panel will fit on top of that, and there'll be holes in it, and you just weld along that edge, and it's stronger. So it should be pretty fun. That'll be the first time I've done it, so it'll be an experiment in welding.
Right. All right. Okay. Well, let's go on to some other things now, and we'll be right back. John, I'm looking at your subframe, your clip, and I see some new components in there that weren't in there again. Looks like you have a new bar and some new brackets. I see a brand new, what do you call that?
Oh, the stop?
Yes, a stop, yeah. And a spring. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I went through and repainted the arms, put all new bushings in here. You know, these are the energy suspension polyurethane graphite impregnated bushings, because you know the old ones are all worn out.
Right.
And this sleeve goes all the way through.
Yeah.
So all those components are brand new, repainted everything, just for rust purposes.
Right.
Clean it up. The ball joints are new. The spindles are stock. I haven't changed those yet. I want to see how high the car sits first.
Are you going to try and lower the car? You might end up having to go to a drop spindle or something.
I might. That's what I'm waiting on.
Yeah.
Once I put the fenders and the actual wheels that I'm going to run on the car, then I can measure the height and see where I sit, when it turns. A lot of people look at the height, but you don't consider when the wheel turns. Does it hit here? Does it hit here in the back of the frame? Does it hit the fenders? So you have to put all that stuff together to actually measure where you need to lower it. How much.
Oh yeah, that could be a major disaster if it didn't work right, couldn't it?
Yeah, you'd end up swapping tires, going to a smaller 15-inch wheel or whatever.
Right.
I'm going to try 17s, see how it works, 17/8s, I think.
Yeah, that'll give it a
Should
nice
be
look.
okay.
Yeah, that'll look real
I
nice.
also cut the spring. I cut one coil out of that, and that lowered it about 2 inches already.
Now, was that the stock spring that came off?
Stock spring, yeah, with the 71 Camaro, right.
Okay.
Which are much beefier than the 69.
Yeah, now, and that's not going to cause a problem cutting a whole section off of there, huh?
No. It's actually, when I did some research before I actually hacked it away, and I was looking at some Hot Rod Magazine articles on lowering the front end. And they said, yeah, you can do the drop spindles, or you can heat the coils or cut them. There's all kinds of methods that people use.
Right.
Cutting the coils, if you just do one coil and it lowers it double the amount, you're pretty safe. It's when people start really cutting out 2 or 3 coils that it drops too far.
Okay.
Or they try to heat the springs. You don't want to heat the springs because
you lose their temper, huh?
Yeah, it destroys the spring. And I've seen people literally snap the spring in the car while they're driving. It would just break and the car drops to the ground.
Oh, that must come as a big shock.
Yeah, I've been in the car when it's happened.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Oh, one of your hot rod buddies.
Yeah, also the drop spindles, a lot of the spindles on the market offset the camber of the driveline here, so you can't, it doesn't allow the same back spacing as the stock. So what happens is it starts to rub, and you're safer actually cutting out one coil, dropping it a little bit before you make that decision. There's a company, Height, that makes a drop spindle. It's supposed to calibrate for that adjustment in the back spacing. So I might go with them if I do go with a drop spindle. But like I said, I want to get the front fenders on, the wheels on, and then set this on the ground, see how it looks first, because I don't want to get too crazy. If it's too low, it makes it hard to drive.
Right.
I don't have a hydraulic system where I can raise it up and down.
Those things are problematical. I've seen, and you know what? They can sometimes be a little annoying too, I can imagine.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting. It's actually a novelty.
You got brand new body mount bushings here, I see.
Yeah, all the way down. Brand new brackets underneath the car that I put in. Those are brand new brackets that are welded on the side, to compensate for the position. The difference between the 69 and the 70.
Yes, that looks like it mounted up very successfully.
Yeah, it's lined up. It's actually straighter than the original 69.
No.
Yeah, I mean, believe it or not, they didn't use computers to build these cars.
Well, that's right. Back then it was all done by hand, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, they had an assembly line, but I mean, look at the welds. These factory welds are nothing like they do today. And everything, even if you measure back to the rear doors, the mounts for the seats, the front dash, things are not dead on.
Yeah.
So, you do the best you can and you compensate. So we've actually gotten it straighter than the original, which I ended up selling, by the way. I sold my 69 front clip, so that helps to pay for some of this stuff.
Oh, that's great. That's what the whole idea was.
Low budget, yeah.
Yeah.
Sell what you can and reuse the money on the new parts that you're getting.
Yeah.
So.
Well, here, let's take a little break for a second.